Good afternoon, Hobo Nation, and welcome to Sunburn City and the HWA House Show Series, Season 1, Episode 15 of the HWA, the Hobo Wrestling Alliance, bringing you some sideways action. As always, we have a great card. We are coming off a fantastic Saturday night main event. In case you missed that, catch it on the replay on twitch.tv/Sunburn City Live. We have a couple of great matches up for you today, Hobo Nation. But first, I wanted to recap one critical piece of information that occurred on Saturday night, and that is we have a new HWA Hardcore Champion. That's right, Kenny Omega defeated Rusev and the Falcon J-Fly as a former champion in a triple threat Extreme Rules match on Saturday night. Where were you? You weren't there, because if you were, you would know that it happened, and this would be old news. But Kenny Omega is the new HWA Hardcore Champion. Congratulations to him. And Rip Nichols did in fact defeat AJ Styles and retain his HWA Intercontinental Championship. Congratulations to the Nightmare himself, Rip Nichols, taking it to the Phenomenal One. But right now, folks, we're getting word that there's a bit of an incident occurring backstage. We're trying to get some cameras back there to bring it to you live. I don't know when we're going to be able to bring you that feed, but I do want to welcome everybody to the HWA Hobo Wrestling Alliance Series, Season 1, Episode 15. Looking forward to a great night. We got some six-man tag team action, we've got singles competition, and we also have the great Hobo Nation ladies going to perform for you tonight. One hell of a match between the Glamazon Beth Phoenix and her opponent tonight, Sasha Banks. See what they can do. Folks, I think we do have cameras back there right now. And the incident does involve the hardcore champion, Kenny Omega, and CM Punk. Let's see what's going on backstage, Hobo Nation. We're trying to get the cameras back there faster. I thought you guys were there already. What the hell's going on, you bunch of honkies? What the hell do we pay you for, hobos? Let's go. Light a fire. We need cameras. Cameras are rolling. Hold on. You guys remember the law. You guys have to remember the law of the Hobo Wrestling Alliance. The law is you are the hardcore champion. Your title is up for grabs 24/7. So I don't know what this altercation is all about between CM Punk and the new HWA hardcore champion Kenny Omega, but it could be that CM Punk is in fact challenging Omega for the hardcore title as we speak. Where are my camera people? Where are you, you hobos? God, you're a bunch of honkies. Where are you, honkies? Come on. Come on. Finally getting word. We're finally getting word. It is confirmed. It is in fact CM Punk and Kenny Omega backstage, possibly kicking each other's ass. Let's get to it. There he is, and CM Punk in the face of the champion Kenny Omega, and Omega just with a stiff right hand and another stiff right hand to Punk, and Punk retaliating. Well, this is it, Hobo Nation, right here. Thrown into the dressing room is Kenny Omega, and CM Punk coming up with a garbage can. Remember, the hardcore title will be up for grabs in this backstage brawl, and Omega coming back with a big backbreaker, dropping CM Punk across his knee. I don't know if there's anybody else in there. I think there's a lot of deodorants in this particular place, and everybody has the same bag, and Punk now missing with that enziguri, but coming back and recovering with stiff lefts. A DDT under that. Don't let that carpet fool you, Hobo Nation. That's not actually carpet. It's just concrete with some fuzzy stuff on it, and a standing dropkick on the current hardcore champion, CM Punk, taking it to Kenny Omega. I didn't think Omega would be involved in such a brutal altercation so early as being the champion. He's only been champion for less than 48 hours. And now finally mounting some offense against CM Punk with some stiff chops and stiff rights and lefts. And a hard crushing elbow. Omega pinning Rusev in that triple threat match. Not actually pinning J-Flies, but as we all know what the rules are in a triple threat, You get pinned. Everybody except the person pinning you loses, and that table's a history. A swinging neck breaker on that table, and the champ is wounded, and a standing sidekick to the side of Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega wanting to make waves here in the HWA, taking the hardest route possible, becoming the hardcore champion. And now both men still in the locker room here, not even making it to the ring for this hardcore championship backstage brawl match. And now a knee to the face of Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's busted open. CM Punk has busted the hardcore champion open. And Punk now stalking the champion, Omega on the ground. Omega technically landing the first blow, but being surprised by CM Punk backstage. We only got word a little while ago. We didn't have cameras back there, and a huge back body drop on the concrete. A huge back body drop on the concrete, and Punk now was firmly in control, but Omega raking the eyes and slamming the head of the champion onto one of those box things, and a belly-to-back belly flop suplex thing onto the concrete. And Kenny Omega now trying to take it to Punk, but Punk with that reverse elbow smash, and Omega's busted open. Omega is busted open, but he's making a firm comeback here. Hip toss onto Punk. Punk landing hard on that concrete floor, and big elbows by Kenny Omega to the top of the head of CM Punk. Punk now getting a taste of his own medicine with those crushing elbows from Kenny Omega. CM Punk was involved in a brief rivalry with the Macho Man Randy Savage, coming out on top, and Kenny Omega's down. Omega just hit Punk with that Omega slam. Wow, right on the concrete. And Punk is hurt. CM Punk is hurt. There is no ref out there, and a European uppercut stopping Kenny Omega dead in his tracks. And Punk now, big reverse DDT. A nice reverse DDT there. Kenny Omega and CM Punk, no history together that I'm aware of, at least not here in the Hobo Wrestling Alliance. And Omega now going for one of those Canadian pick-me-ups, but he's going for that Omega slam again, right on the concrete. And Punk is hurt. CM Punk is injured. Hobo Nation, it's pandemonium in the back room right now. And there goes Punk, thrown, just flung into the concrete wall, and a stiff right catches an unsuspecting Kenny Omega. Omega now pausing that possible scoop slam with a knee lift, but Punk just coming back hard, and CM Punk is desperate to make waves here in the HWA. Defeated by Eddie Guerrero for the TV title. Not even close to beating Rip Nichols. Nichols actually pinned CM Punk in record time. It was 16 seconds. The match lasted 16 seconds, and CM Punk has just defeated Kenny Omega, and CM Punk is the new HWA Hardcore Champion. Congratulations to CM Punk there. CM Punk taking the Hardcore title from Kenny Omega tonight. Here, Omega with an unsuccessful championship defending champion, I guess, is however the hell you want to say that, because now I can't edit that out because that's just too much work. Anyway, there you have it, folks. CM Punk defeating Kenny Omega, and I don't know how that's going to sit. Omega may challenge him, but Omega was hurt. Last we saw, he took a huge elbow, or a huge knee to the jaw. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new hardcore champion, CM Punk. And next up, we got a little bit of a rematch here from our last house show number 14. Animal and Hawk, the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom. Road Warriors, if you will, were stunningly defeated by the Miztourage. So, LOD issued a challenge. We'll challenge you, and the Miztourage said, no, we're not accepting that challenge. We wanted a 6-man tag team match. So, it's going to be 3-on-3. LOD asking their buddy RVD to join them in the good fight against the Miztourage. And these are two of our great tag teams here. And as we all know, RVD made a successful debut last Friday night on our final house show of last week. That was Season 1, Episode 14. If you want to see the debut of Rob Van Dam, what a debut it was against the glorious Bobby Roode, and he took Bobby Roode out in record fashion. But now we're going to get this underway. Enough with the hype. Let's keep the action moving. LOD, RVD facing the Miztourage. All three of them. It'll finally be 3-on-3 instead of 3-on-2 as it normally is when one is facing the Miztourage. And Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel have really found a stride in the tag team division here. And like we said, this is technically a rematch in 6-man form because the Miztourage holds not one, but 2 victories over the Legion of Doom. Isn't that insane? The Miztourage. One of them was clean. The second of one was a little funky. You know how Miz is. Miz gets all up in your face and starts yapping. And you just can't concentrate on anything else because the words that come out of his face are mesmerizing. You don't know why. He's so fucking aggravating and smug, and I just want to punch him in the face. Something sharp. Animals. Shoulder pads. Animals should just wear his shoulder pads and just repeatedly smash them against the Miz's face. Anyway, trying to show impartiality here, Hobo Nation, but it is difficult, and I want to welcome everybody back to Sunburn City. The HWA's House Show Season 1, Episode 15. Thank you for the support, YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Show Sunburn City some love, and show yourself to the Hobo Wrestling Alliance. I'm looking forward to 2K19 coming out later this year. But enough with the hype. Let's keep the action moving. LOD and RVD versus the Miztourage. And here we go. Animal starting it off with Bo Dallas. And Dallas rushing in and catching Animal off guard with a nice bulldog. Great bulldog there. And Bo Dallas, like we were talking about earlier, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel really finding a great stride here in the HWA, making fantastic moves in the HWA tag team division, climbing the ladder under the tutelage of the Miz. God, I can't believe I said that. That's the second time I've said that in 4 streams. Sick. And that's just a nice standing spine buster on Bo Dallas. Now Animal really just showing his power, and Animal is just a power wrestler. There's nothing There's no finesse with Animal. He's going to stomp you, he's going to club you, he's going to slam you, and if you can't take it, you're going down. Sidewalk slam here by the LOD. The LOD not doing as well as the Miztourage in the HWA, the tag team division here, much tougher than what the Road Warriors expecting, dropping losses to the Miztourage. Titus Worldwide, most recently losing in the Dusty Rhodes Classic against the Hart Foundation, who went on to win that. And Hawk now with a backbreaker on Bo Dallas. And this 6-man match, a win here would definitely pump up the LOD to possibly challenge the Miztourage to a 2-on-2 match. And here's a Cobra Clutch-like maneuver and a Cobra Clutch slam on Bo Dallas, and Hawk picking the pace up, stomping away on Dallas, and Dallas needs to make a tag here. He's hurt. If Hawk gets any deeper with damage to Mr. Dallas, we're going to have a serious problem. It's going to be down a man, and Hawk is just kind of checking out what he's going to be doing here. And now a rake to the eyes by Bo Dallas, again stepping it up with that aggression. Definitely a move taught by the Miz there. And a butterfly DDT, stunning Hawk, and now Dallas corner tagging in his partner in crime, Curtis Axel. And Hawk is wounded, it seems, in a clubbing backhand. Nice giant clubbing elbows there by Hawk on the side of the head of Curtis Axel. And a drop toe hold, taking off down to the mat. Stomping away is Axel, and I'm sure that the Miztourage would love nothing more than to call themselves the Tag Team Champions, the HWA Tag Team Championships, currently held by American Alpha. They will be facing the Usos Saturday nights for the tag team titles. So the Miztourage may actually be challenging the Usos and not American Alpha for the championships, but that's all hearsay because they still got a few rungs to climb on that tag team ladder, as do the Legion of Doom. And a snapmare takedown by Axel. Axel now pounding away on the top of the head of Hawk. Huge thundering shots. You see the ring shake, those elbow shots on the top of the skull of Hawk. And mounting a lot of offense here was Axel, but now he seems to be showboating, stomping away. Who knows what that honky's doing in the corner? And he'll be attacking the LOD, not playing corner sitter. Scooping Hawk up, and a jawbreaker. That's what I'm talking about. You gave him too much time to think, and he pulled that move out on you. And here, just a perfect display of power. A perfect display of power and a crucifix slam A crucifix-like slam by Hawk on Curtis Axel, rocking him onto the mat. And Hawk now mounting some much-needed offense and a scooping power slam. A scoop power slam on Curtis Axel by Hawk. And RVD and Animal are just watching Hawk work, and it's a beautiful thing. And he's going up there with a military press. That's a huge maneuver there, a military press, and just dropping. And the body of Curtis Axel thudding on the mat. Hawk now possibly going for a cover here. Could he get Axel? 2, and Axel able to kick out there. I don't think the Miztourage would be so calm if their homie was really in trouble, and he wasn't. And a hard Irish whip into the corner, and a left jab stopping Curtis Axel, and now Hawk tossed in with an Irish whip, and Dallas coming in, and the Miztourage doing what they do, the double team. A spear clothesline. Nice double team there on Hawk, but Hawk with a leaping tag to RVD, and now the fresh Rob Van Dam coming in with a flurry and a drop kick. And Dallas sidestepping that second drop tag, had it scouted. A Northern Lights suplex there, pausing the momentum of Rob Van Dam. Mr. Monday Night, actually wrestling on Monday. Isn't that fantastic for you? Your name makes sense again, RVD. A short man DDT. A short man DDT on Rob Van Dam. And Dallas now, welcome to the HWA Rob Van Dam. A hard Irish whip into the corner of the Miztourage. And Dallas now strutting to the side. And he's pulled into his corner by Rob Van Dam. And they try to go for a tag, but they miss each other. And RVD flinging Dallas across the ring. Rob Van Dam, great to have him here in the HWA, like we were talking about earlier, debuting successfully in episode 14 against the glorious Bobby Roode, whooping some rude ass, if I do say so myself. And Rob Van Dam now showing why they call him Mr. Monday Night. Dallas is hurt. Dallas is hurt. I think this is a smart ploy here. Try to keep Animal and Hawk as fresh as possible. They've been in the ring the longest. RVD has a higher level of stamina than the two big men. Need to suck a little bit more oxygen to pump air to them big muscles. And Bo Dallas scooped up by Rob and slipping out and kicking Rob Van Dam in that leg. And another punch there to what seemed to be punching the thigh of Rob Van Dam. And another Northern Lights suplex, taking Van Dam out of their corner and buying Dallas a little bit of recovery time. And Dallas now going back to work on the quad of Rob Van Dam, taking one of those instruments of devastation away from Rob Van Dam. And what's he doing now? Dallas needs to pick up the pace here and try to go for a kick of his own, but RVD just too freaking fast. And a nice overhead suplex. He hooked him, booked him, and flung him across the ring. And RVD now running around, jogging, looking for something to do, possibly going to the top rope. There he goes. And a frog splash. He got him with that Monday Night Frog Splash on Bo Dallas. And Hawk coming to stop. The Miz got there in time. The Miz got there in time to interrupt the count. I have no doubt in my mind that would have been all she wrote. Animal tagged in. Bo Dallas. Frog splash through the mat, and Dallas is hurt. Looks like he's holding his ribs there. And Animal now getting punched in the lowers. Ooh, that was a slow-mo bad punch. But Animal now raking the chest of Bo Dallas and scoop backbreaker on Dallas. Dallas is hurt. He needs to make a tag. We need to get one of these two honkies in this match, because Dallas has been in there the majority of the time. And Animal now, one of the fresher men, with a big scoop power slam on Bo Dallas. A win here would take the LOD's confidence up a notch, snap a bit of a losing streak they've been on, and it would be in no small part to Rob Van Dam hitting that huge Monday Night Frog Splash. I call it the Monday Night Frog Splash because it's my show. It's my show, and a side tilt-a-whirl there, and Animal's covering him. 1, 2, and this might be all she wrote for Dallas, and it's over. It's over. The LOD picking up the win. LOD and RVD defeating the Miztourage with that thundering sidewalk slam. It seemed like he really took the sails out of Bo Dallas. He was just never the same after that frog splash and a military press on Curtis Axel. And you know what pisses me off? We didn't get to see the Miz in this match. It's like he was just there as a sixth man, like that useless uncle that goes to the parties and never brings anything and just consumes and consumes and consumes. Honky could have helped your team better here. Actually, I'm picking out of this move from Hawk, but it was Animal taking out Bo Dallas. And there you see one of those slingshot moonsaults there by Rob Van Dam. Aside from that, he hit that big Monday Night Frog Splash on Bo Dallas. Here it is, that Frog Splash. Oh, I mean, it was just a matter of time. Dallas could not make the tag. This big power slam, this big running power slam was just, that would have been all she wrote. And the LOD and RVD snapping the losing streak of the LOD. A great six-man tag team match. Nice showing here from Rob Van Dam and the Legion of Doom. And this is not all she wrote for the LOD and the Miz. I'm sure that this is just getting started. Great match, guys. Look at that picture. Look at that picture. You get stuff like that only here in the Hobo Wrestling Alliance. Congratulations to the LOD and Rob Van Dam. Let me tell you, Hobo Nation, up next we got tag team action. The number one contenders. Oh, sorry, it's not tag team yet. Oh, no, we got ladies action. My bad. I'm sorry, Hobo Nation. I'm jumping the gun here. Season 1, episode 15. I'm still getting used to doing this. Don't make fun of me, you hunkies. Right now, we got some of the best top female competitors here in the HWA, always promoting the women's division. The Women's World Championship currently held by everyone's favorite Hugalicious Hugger, Bayley, the reigning HWA champion. And right now we're going to have the boss, Sasha Banks, challenging the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix making splashes, making waves since her debut here in the HWA. And Sasha Banks firmly positioned in one of the top spots to challenge Bayley for the HWA Women's World Championship, alongside some of the best female wrestlers in the biz like Lita and Trish Stratus. Bayley's got her work cut out for her, but enough of the hype. Let's keep the action moving. Sasha Banks versus Beth Phoenix. And the bell rings and we're underway here, and the Glamazon looking great. And the boss, no slouch either, and a wrist lock slam. He's going for that wrist lock. Look at the power of Beth Phoenix, just already picking up Sasha Banks and showing her, Hooker, I got you beat on the bench press by at least 60 pounds. And now here's Beth Phoenix. Is that going to be a jackknife power bomb on Sasha Banks? Wow. Wow, the Glamazon just taking it to the boss right off the bat. And the big sidewalk slam by the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. And we said she's been making waves since debuting here in the HWA. She's not even climbing the ladder. She's destroying the ladder. On her way up to the top to challenge Bayley for the Women's World title, and a back body drop, dropping Sasha Banks, the boss. Oh, jerked up by her hair and slammed down by the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. And Phoenix now making fun of Sasha, letting her get up. The match doesn't seem to be challenging her enough, and Banks now taking that personally and hitting her back with an elbow, but that fireman's carry interrupting Banks' momentum, and the boss has racked up some impressive wins. And a Samoan driver. What a Samoan driver. A tilt-a-whirl Samoan driver by the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. And Phoenix now going to the middle rope, and she's letting the boss get up, and that might not be wise. Don't let Sasha fool you. And oh, it's Sasha sidestepping the Glamazon. Sasha Banks sidestepping the Glamazon, buying herself a little bit of recovery time here, but the Glamazon now trying to go for the scoop slam and a standing dropkick by the very athletic, very, very dominant Sasha Banks. And she hit the Glamazon square on the chin, and now big rights and leaping up top with a head scissor takedown on Beth Phoenix. And Sasha Banks picking the pace up, kicking the thundering lungs out of Beth Phoenix. Get her, girl. Oh, one of those knees right to the chest, and an arm drag takedown, pausing the momentum of Phoenix. And Banks now getting it started with a nice vertical suplex there, a snap vertical suplex, and a neck wrench by the boss, trying to buy herself a little breathing room, maybe slowing the pace down just a little bit. But I think she's actually going to benefit more if she picks the pace up, as Beth Phoenix, a larger woman, bigger muscles, need more energy. And Banks now showboating just a little bit, but the crowd in the HWA loves a showboat sometimes, and she misses that middle rope drop kick. And Phoenix now going to take full advantage with a hard Irish whip into the other side of the ring. A rocking Irish whip. The ring must have moved at least half an inch. And she's propping Sasha up, and Sasha climbing to the top, taking a risk, and the back body drop. She was caught in midair by the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. Phoenix now draping her across the top rope. What a great counter by Beth Phoenix, showing her power. And dropping a hulking elbow to the chest, and another hulking elbow to the chest of Sasha Banks, the boss. Looking less like a boss and more like the employee of last year. Now a snapmare takedown. Beth Phoenix really taking her powerful arms around the jaw of Sasha Banks and wrenching the neck back. And that reverse chin lock there. And Sasha not in a good way, but the Glamazon now. Oh, a face breaker. Able to break the hole with Sasha with that nice little counter there. And a a hard reverse knife edge chop. And Sasha now scooping up Beth Phoenix, showing a little power of her own, and Banks running to the top rope. What's she going to do here? And a head scissor takedown. Fantastic athleticism shown there by Sasha Banks, taking the Glamazon down with that head scissor, but Phoenix recovering very quickly here, going into that half crab, that powerful half crab. She wrenches the ankle a little bit to the left, so it's almost like an ankle twisting half crab, but Banks able to roll out of it quickly, scooping the larger woman up, and she's going for a stunner-like maneuver, but the Glamazon too powerful, hooking the arms, and Sasha able to reverse. Phoenix now taking the brunt of some assault there by Sasha Banks, being pushed into the corner, and Banks now opening up with the aggressive, choking the Glamazon into the corner with the bottom of that foot, and heel kicks, and a knee, driving the knee to the jaw of Beth Phoenix is Sasha Banks, and Banks now the boss, getting bossy, and Phoenix coming back with a jawbuster. A great jawbuster, and again the power coming through, but her speed is too much, and she counters the Glamazon into a belly to back of her own, and the boss firmly in control, and a nice drop kick. A short leg drop kick there by Sasha Banks. Taking a breather there after that hard flurry of offense there. Sasha Banks, a great showing so far against the Glamazon. Can she take the wind out of the sails of Beth Phoenix here? Phoenix taking a club and right, and now what is Sasha going for here? Going over the back and a harsh belly to back driver there. Dragging her to the middle of the ring. And Sasha Banks kicks to the back. She's softening up for the bank statement. Those are telltale moves, telltale signs. The bank statement is coming. And here it might be coming. That double arm neck breaker. That double arm neck breaker. And here she goes. I'll bet any kind of beatniks, Hobo Nation, that she's going to hit her with it. And there it is. She's going for the bank statement. That submission roll. But Phoenix is too close to the ropes. Phoenix was too close to the ropes, and that arm, oh wow, what a horrible wrist lock takedown that was. You can almost see Sasha's arm come out of its socket. Only a 1 count on Sasha Banks, and Beth Phoenix was very wise, using all of her years of experience. God, I just dated her so much. Using her experience to get to the ropes, breaking the bank statement. And now Phoenix halted there with some elbows to the sternum by Sasha Banks, and Banks shaking the cobwebs out of her head and coming back with stiff rights. And there she goes again. She might have her in the middle of the ring here. That's right, Phoenix not anywhere near the ropes. Will she tap? No, she's able to use her power and counter Sasha. 1, 2, 3. She got her. Beth Phoenix got her. She reversed the bank statement into a roll-up and was able to defeat Sasha Banks. Wow, what a reversal by Beth Phoenix there, taking out Sasha Banks with a cradle. A great showing by Banks. She's nothing to be ashamed of here. She took the fight to the Glamazon, and Beth Phoenix's power. There you go with that wrist lock takedown, that wrist lock arm drag takedown there. But Beth Phoenix's power proving to be a lot to handle for Sasha Banks, holding her own though, showing why she's still one of the top contenders to the women's title. But Beth Phoenix reversing the bank statement here. Here it comes. Beth Phoenix right here, using her experience and her power cradling with that leg bridge. You see her bridging the back there on Sasha Banks, and Sasha could not overcome the power of Beth Phoenix, coming up with a win over Sasha Banks. And let me tell you, Beth Phoenix is coming up big in the HWA. Watch out, Bailey. There's one of the new top contenders of the HWA Women's Championship, the Glamazon herself, Beth Phoenix. Great showing here in the HWA's house show, Season 1, Episode 15. Good job to the Glamazon. What a great performance by both women. Sasha Banks, a fantastic showing tonight here. Always putting on a great show in the HWA. Taking the hit there from that pure power move by Beth Phoenix. And as you can see there, Sasha Banks, the #2 contender to the Women's Championship. And Beth Phoenix, number 14. These will be updated soon, Hobo Nation. The match gets 3.5 stars. That was a great match. I agree. 3.5, definitely a 3.5 worthy star. And up next, Hobo Nation, up next, we got tag team division action. Our main event in today's house show is one of the #1 rated tag team in the HWA tag team division, the Shield, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose with that big freaking honking Roman Reigns at ringside, taking on the team of Big Cass and Enzo, a great tag team. They had a nice hard showing in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They are also one of the better tag teams here in the HWA. Big Cass and Enzo not breaking into the top 5 spot. I think they're ranked number 7 or 8. But man, they have victories over groups like the New Day, the Legion of Doom. These guys are no slouch in the tag team division. I wouldn't be surprised if they steal one from the #1 contenders today. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Big Cass and Enzo. Enough of the hype, Hobo Nation. Let's keep the action moving. And there we are. Rollins starting off with Big Cass here. It's rare that we see Big Cass first in the ring. Enzo likes to start. And already Rollins taking the fight to Big Cass with that dropped sidekick. Looked like a jumping, dropping something sidekick. Who's it, what's it doing, what's there? And a short man DDT on Big Cass. That's the only kind of DDT you can get on Big Cass, is a short man DDT. And Seth Rollins now kicking it up, showing why they are the #1 contenders of the tag team titles. The Shield would like nothing more than to pick off Big Cass there with a Luthez press and clubs, and boulders hitting Seth Rollins in the face was Big Cass. That's what his hand looks like. And a military press, but Seth Rollins coming up big, sliding out of the grasp of Cass and reversing that into a DDT. Finesse over power any day. Rollins now, a reverse head scissor takedown on Big Cass. Rollins, a power lifter in his off time, loving to compete in the powerlifting categories, and more athleticism here from Seth Rollins, really opening up his repertoire against Big Cass. But Big Cass with that leg sweep, tagging in Enzo. Maybe Enzo will have better luck. A faster man against Rollins may do better than a man with sheer power. And Enzo now with a wrist lock there. Rollins rolling up and down, showing his quickness, his athleticism, and an arm drag takedown on Enzo Amore, and a face lock and big right hand by Rollins, picking up the pace. And Enzo now scooped up and flapjack planted face first. And Rollins taking the fight to both Enzo and Big Cass. I thought he was going to go for a roll-up, but a super kick. He met him with a super kick. Hobo Nation. Seth Rollins rocking Enzo and Big Cass's universe, and a standing head scissor takedown, slowing the pace finally of Seth Rollins is Enzo. Enzo's speed sometimes can be a challenge even for the fastest of competitors, and that arm drag slowing Enzo down again. Rollins knows he has to put the pause on the pace. And the Shield doing fantastic in the HWA Tag Team division. As we mentioned before, the #1 contenders to the HWA Tag Team titles. They will be facing whomever the champions are at Bash at the Beach, which will be the night before the WWE's WrestleMania event. We'll be having our own pay-per-view here, Hobo Nation. going to be great. And now Seth Rollins taking Big Cass over, and Ambrose, a fresh panda just there. And Rollins now just bumping himself up, bumping the crowd up. We know what we feel about showboating hobos. The hobo here does not like showboating. Stop doing it. It'll cost you matches. See what I mean? Big Cass coming through with a sweeping drop kick and a knee lift right to the jaw of Seth Rollins, stomping away on Seth Rollins is Big Cass. And Ambrose has not been in this match at all. I don't know if that's part of the strategy of the Shield to keep one man extremely fresh. And Cass and Enzo both been in this match. And Rollins has been able to take it to both men noticeably slower in this third exchange with Big Cass here. Taking that swinging neck breaker and again side sweeping the bigger man, taking him off his feet. And look at the power of Rollins scooping up. Not enough power in that shoulder breaker takedown by Big Cass on Seth Rollins. That'll separate your shoulder in a hurry. And a sidewalk backbreaker, a side backbreaker by Big Cass on Seth Rollins. Rollins in a bad way getting dragged to the center of the ring. And Cass just showing his power. The crowd is hyped up. They love Big Cass. They love Enzo. They love the Shield. And there's that pump dropping that elbow. And Seth freaking Rollins getting hurt here. And Dean Ambrose looks ready. Dean Ambrose looks ready to get in this match. And a quick tag into Enzo. Finally, Enzo coming back into the match, climbing onto the top rope. And Enzo and Big Cass known for big tag maneuvers. And a splash down. A splash down by Enzo, and Ambrose saving the pin, saving his partner, and Big Cass trying to shoo Dean Ambrose away. But the last person you're going to intimidate, Honky, is Dean Ambrose. So don't try it, Big Cass. And Enzo climbing to the top rope here, going to show his athleticism here. And Rollins is hurting down, and he misses that splash to Enzo. And Rollins stomping away. Rollins needs to make a tag here and not fiddle fart around with this leopard spandex wearing Honky. A forearm exchange and a reverse knife edge chop on Enzo, and a fireman's carry to the other side of the ring by Enzo, slowing down, breaking the pace, breaking the momentum of Seth Rollins. And now Enzo draping Rollins in a slingshot down to the mat. A hard shot there, and Rollins crawling to the corner, and Enzo showboating just cost him. Enzo showboating just allowed the fresh man to get tagged in, and that fresh man is the maniac Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose already going for big moves quick, and there's that jackknife powerbomb on Enzo by Dean Ambrose. Hello Enzo, I am Dean Ambrose, coming to you live with some elbow drops and some head skull bashing. Dean Ambrose, arm drag takedown by Enzo. Enzo, though, not fresh, is warmed up, and Ambrose looks a little shocked. And, a shoulder, I don't know what that was, but it looked like a shoulder separator. And now Dean Ambrose trying to get covered here by Enzo. 1, 2, I can't imagine Ambrose getting pinned here after having such a weak-ass performance so far. Come on, Dean, don't let me down. Rivalries now heating up between Dean Ambrose and Edge. Ambrose and Edge having one hell of a slobber knocker on Saturday night in a Falls Count Anywhere match where Edge speared Dean Ambrose through several items to win the match, and both men took it to each other, and Ambrose blocking that move by Big Cass. Ambrose still feeling the effects of that match with Edge with a swinging neck breaker on Big Cass. It could explain why Seth Rollins was in the match so long, and Dean ain't doing so well. And Dean looks like he's setting him up for something here. And Dean setting Big Cass up. He's got him hooked. Will he do it? The dirty deeds on Big Cass. The dirty deeds on Big Cass. And will it be enough to put Cass away? He's going for the cover here. 1, 2, and the Cass kicking out of the dirty deeds. The big 7-foot Cass kicking out of the dirty deeds. And Ambrose now with a hard whip in his corner. And another hard Irish whip into the other corner goes Big Cass. And Ambrose running 5-arm, leaping bulldog out of the corner on Big Cass. And Ambrose building a head of steam here. Can't say it enough. Now Dean Ambrose showing why he's the maniac. Big slams on the head of Big Cass there. And Ambrose to the middle turnbuckle, crashing down with that elbow drop. And Cass is hurt. Cass is hurting the maniac. Dean Ambrose, big back body drop by Big Cass. coming through, going to the corner to tag, possibly tag Enzo if you would pay attention. There you go, Honky. Get your dyed sneaker-wearing ass in there. I don't know how he's getting away wrestling in red velvet. That wrist lock takedown, really trying to separate the shoulder there of Dean Ambrose is Enzo. Enzo snapmare and a jumping fist to the face by Enzo, getting great height on that standing jump fist. And Enzo now a little showboating there, doing some relaxing. That's not the guy you want to relax against, Honky. And Ambrose now, Dean Ambrose staggering back to his feet, scooping up Enzo, who was showboating a minute ago, reversing that to a reverse DDT by Enzo on the Maniac. Dean Ambrose, Ambrose in a bad way, snap neck, getting that overhead neck snack, because he took a snack with him while he was doing that. That's what he did when he was up there. He was eating a snack. Sorry. Enzo to the middle turnbuckle now. Ambrose knocked down a shoulder tackle. Looked like a shoulder tackle takedown on Dean Ambrose. And Enzo and Big Cass taking the fight to the Shield. And I'm telling you, Ambrose is still feeling the effects of that hard-fought battle against Edge. He came up short in that Falls Count Anywhere match, and I thought he was hurt. Oh my God! Cass coming off the top rope on Ambrose. That's got to be it. 2, and Seth Rollins saving the match. No doubt, Seth Rollins just saved the match. A near 7-foot, almost 400-pound Cass crashing down off the top rope, and a crucifix and a big DDT. A stunning DDT by Dean Ambrose on Big Cass, and Cass just got busted open by Ambrose, and a fishhook suplex on Big Cass, and Ambrose now with a head of steam busted open Big Cass. Enzo coming in now, possibly breaking up the 3 count. Cass is hurt. Cass is not moving. He's just laying there in the middle of the ring, and Rollins is out on the outside and Enzo up on the apron, and now Ambrose looks like he's setting Big Cass up for a big move here, and he's gonna go for, he's got him butterfly hooked, and it's over down. It's over and down, and Big Cass is down with that second dirty deeds. 2, and Enzo breaking up the count. Rollins not able to get Enzo out there soon enough. Wow, that would have been it. If it wasn't for Enzo Amore, I have no doubt Hobo Nation Cass would have been down. And that wrist lock shoulder tackle by Big Cass now, trying to recover a little bit, pumping it up for that elbow smash, a leaping elbow smash to the gut of Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose now clenching the ribs. Dean Ambrose and Edge having a spectacular show on Saturday Night Main Event. I'm telling you, Hobo Nation, if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't catch us live streaming on Twitch, you're out of your damn mind. It's twitch.tv/Sunburn City Live. And that jawbreaker, shocking Cass. It's taking a step back. Big forearm shots there, but Cass now with a fireman's carry takedown on Dean Ambrose. A front face lock, taking him back to a vertical base. Cass now, I don't know what he's doing now, grabbing Seth Rollins and dragging Rollins into the match for no reason is Cass. Ambrose is stunned, and a sidewalk slam on Dean Ambrose by Big Cass. I see what Big Cass was doing, eliminating Seth Rollins here. He might have the Shield, and Cass and Amore have just picked up a huge win. A huge win over the #1 contenders. The #1 contenders of the Tag Team Championship, the Shield, just went down to Big Cass and Enzo Amore. Big moves here. Giant upset in my book. Here's a second dirty deeds on Cass. Wasn't enough to put the big man down, and Cass pumping his elbows. And I'm telling you, this had a lot to do with Dean Ambrose being injured from his altercation with Edge. And that was why he took out Seth Rollins. That's why he took him out on the side there. Enzo and Cass coming up in a big way today in the HWA House Show Season 1, Episode 15. Our main event here, proven to be main event worthy. Enzo Amore, Big Cass, coming up in a big way against the Shield. We're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow, Hobo Nation. Thank you for joining us here today. Your support is paramount to the success of the HWA and the Hobo Wrestling Alliance. We are always recruiting. If you would like to see your character downloaded and featured in the Hobo Wrestling Alliance on Xbox One, all you got to do is leave a comment on YouTube. We are always open to hear your thoughts, comments, suggestions, constructive criticisms. Thank you for today, Hobo Nation. HWA House Show Season 1, Episode 15. We will see you tomorrow for Episode 16. Keep it moving.